There. My name is Larson, and I'm going to read to you from my monologue, Blood and Semen, which is in a book called Hundreds of Stairways of Chaos Walking Out of Your Head. Anyway, I want to make something absolutely clear. This book, this monologue, does not condone hard drug use in any shape or form. This is a work of literature, okay? Hell, let me begin. Hell has 13 different levels. The first level of hell is for people who are drug addicts during their entire lives. Here, you will find heroin addicts lunging jackhammers into their arms. And as the heroin addicts inject a stream of bright red words flowing into their arm, the heroin addicts drift across the centuries. The heroin addicts drift from continent to continent on seas of bliss. The crack addicts are all jumping and screaming and running and bumping as they climb up a big crack rock the size of Mount Everest. Crack addicts. Whenever the crack addicts want their next blast, they all just grab a piece of the big mountain of crack that they're climbing up and up and up. The methamphetamine addicts. The methamphetamine addicts live in a special city of hell where all the buildings are made out of methamphetamine. The city of meth keeps expanding and expanding every day because the buildings made out of meth spontaneously reproduce themselves, flooding across the landscape of hell like a scattering orgasm. The meth addicts wander out from the city of hell, cooking and smoking up as many buildings as they desire. The speed addicts are in the skies of hell. They zip from planet to planet. They fly pills across the hemispheres of hell. Time jumps out of the clocks and happily runs and runs with the speed addicts. Cave-like bars have been dug into the walls of hell for alcoholics. Outside the cave bars are flowing rivers of all kinds. There is the flowing river of vintage cognac. And then there's the river of German beer. And then there's all kinds of rivers of wine. On some day, the sky rains vodka. On other days, the sky rains single malt whiskey. The alcoholics don't seem to mind the rain. They hold out their tongues and arms and dance in the rain for hours and hours. Yippee! Meanwhile, everyone in hell plays their harps. On the second level of hell are all the adulterers. The punishment is that the adulterers are allowed to have as much sex with almost everyone they want. However, the adulterers are not allowed to have sex with their spouses. What torture! The women run around, don't believe I can say that, and the men in this level of hell are required to work out in a gym a minimum of 30 minutes a day. More if they wish. And they all walk around with nice muscles in Tarzan loincloths. Everyone in this level of hell, is required to cheat on their husbands or wives at least once a day. What horror! The third level is devoted to the rampant sweet tooths. The best pastry chefs and chocolatiers that have ever lived are given free rein in this level of hell. The shelves are absolutely crammed full of everything imaginable that's sweet and delicious. And none of it costs anything. Because hell is a horrible communist society where there's plenty for the masses. Meanwhile, in heaven, someone yells, I'm sick of playing this bleeping harp already. I wish I were in hell. I'm eternity of heaven. I'm going mad with boredom. The third and fourth level of hell are very close together, and visits between these two levels of hell are too common because the fourth level of hell is devoted to the gluttons. Here, every kind of food can be cooked imaginable by the greatest chefs that the human race has ever known. There is only two rules on this level of hell. 1, all food must be delicious. 2, no one is allowed to eat anything they don't want. The fifth level of hell is for everyone who spent their... Oh, don't believe I can read that. You know, our country was founded by a bunch of Puritans, so we got these rules. Que lástima que não é como o Brasil, onde você pode falar qualquer coisa, não? But our country was founded by Puritans, so there's certain things you can't say. You can't say that either, so I got to skip a bunch of stuff. Oh, here we go. I had to skip almost the whole page. The final realm of hell is devoted to born-again Christians who were hypocrites their entire lives. Some devout Catholics can be found here as well. On this level of hell can be found the hot ovens that keep the higher levels of hell warm. This is the extremely hot and oppressive part of hell that you've heard so much about. Christians work amongst the giant flames and endlessly shovel coal into the ovens 24 hours a day for all eternity to keep the earth and the other levels of hell warm. As the Christians shovel the coal into the ovens, a preacher screams at the born-again Christians all of their sins of hypocrisy that they've committed their entire lives. In order to prevent the spread of hypocrisy, the people in this level of hell are forbidden to visit the other levels of hell. The born-again Christians that practice what they preach and live according to the New Testament go to heaven. But the other 95% of the born-again Christians go to hell. Everyone, have a pleasant day. Bye-bye. I'm Wolf Larson.